Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, August 22nd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I'll do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol GDC. And wow, did this one make an absolute monster move today. Looking down here at the volume, just huge volume. So a lot of eyeballs, I'm assuming, will be continuing to watch this one on Thursday. So let's map out some of the key levels from a technical standpoint. So for those of you that like to play pullbacks, let me change this to green to represent support. But the first pullback area to keep an eye on right there at $3.67. And that would be the ideal level. I mean, if you say, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would be if the price can stay above there. Now, with that being said, don't get me wrong. It's not like if the price falls below that level, that implies the entire chart's destroyed or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could stay above there, that would be great. However, from the big picture point of view, it's all about that 50-period moving average, keyword being moving, because as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher and get more and more relevant. Right now, I totally get it. It's not relevant at all. Price is way up here. This line's way down there. But like I said, it will get more relevant as time goes by. So assuming you care about the big picture point of view, as long as the price is above that purple line, then the overall trend is still in the bull's favor. In terms of areas of resistance, key battleground to watch in the near term right there at that $5 mark. So keep a close eye on that. But anyway, look at it. Massive volume today, great volatility. So if you like, these sorts of situations and you like stocks down below $10, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, REVB, and I like this one here. It's a nice little pattern that has formed after a strong start and then a bigger pullback. So let me just get this pattern drawn into play. So we have this area of support right there. And then we have this area of resistance right there. And this is a nice little miniature falling wedge pattern, which is actually a bullish pattern. Whereas a rising wedge, it sounds like the bullish pattern, but a rising wedge is actually the bearish one. Now, let me be very clear. Just because there's a bullish pattern doesn't mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But it also shouldn't shock anybody if the price were to all of a sudden, make a move back to the upside. So you can see right here, already tried once, couldn't quite do it. But if this thing does and can curl back around and get another break up through that level, again, no guarantees, but certainly plausible to think that a break up through that area of the falling wedge pattern could generate some more buying pressure. And I'm not going to say send it back up to these highs, but from a trading standpoint, I mean, you don't need it to go all the way back up there to still make worthwhile gains. So if you like this price range, you like falling wedge patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one, SDIG, very, very nice pattern here. And this is one where, by no means am I trying to impress you or imply this is some sort of great discovery on my part. I assure you a lot of people have drawn these lines. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same lines and patterns and wondering the same things, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So again, like I said, in my opinion, a lot of people have drawn these lines here or something very, very similar to this. So right here, and let me just draw out the pattern here to make it easier to see. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the explosive move right here. For you golfers, try to make it a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So again, no such thing as a guarantee, but certainly plausible, even if you just want to call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, that if the price were to come up here and break up through that level, that break could create additional buying pressure. So if you like bull pennants, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one, SMFL, very, very rough pullback here after a strong start, gapped up, price came all the way up here. Tried to bounce again, price came up here, and I think that poor souls were buying both there and there. Hopefully those people were using stop losses. But anyways, where things stand right now is it pulled back, and then where it bounced from is what makes this very interesting. And where it bounced from was essentially right there at that pink line, which on my chart is denoting the very well-known, the very famous 200-period moving average. So moving forward, if this thing does decide to pull back some more, then keep a close eye on $1.34, as that's going to be the value right now of that 200-period moving average and the level that just from an overall standpoint too, you definitely want to see it hold strong, because if it doesn't hold above there, then the price starts to venture into potentially going right back to where it started. And assuming you're bullish, you don't want to see movements make great moves and then go right back to where they started. That's not what you want to see at all. So keep an eye on the 200-period moving average as support. And then in terms of areas of resistance, main level to watch right there at the $1.68 mark. You can see on several different instances, both there, there and there. Price got relatively close to it and couldn't quite push through it. But if this thing can curl back upwards, and yeah, maybe you get another surge of life in the upwards direction. Next one here, NVDA. This will be very quick because there's not a whole lot to say other than what I've talked about previously, but I do realize some of you, this is your first time watching one of these videos, so you're not real quite sure where NVIDIA stands. But really, to just summarize it very, very quickly, NVIDIA is definitely officially in a 30-minute sideways channel pattern. Top of the channel resistance up there at 130. Bottom of the channel support down there at 126.25. Talked about these levels in yesterday's video, and you can see that today nothing really happened. Now, sure, of course, things happen in terms of, from a day trading standpoint, prices up here, down there, up there, down there. So yes, things happen in that regard. If if you're thinking that, fair enough. But I'm just making these comments from more of an overarching standpoint. So overarching standpoint, NVIDIA remains in this sideways channel pattern, and we'll just have to wait back and see who's ultimately going to win this battle. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then certainly get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage there that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, VHAI, penny stock here down below 10 cents. That had a bunch of volume today and now has a very, very interesting pattern. And the pattern just is based on the whole idea of strong start, nasty, nasty pullback. And when it gets down around here, it starts to become very valid to throw out the question, is this a pump and dump? Is this some sort of just gap and trap? And the chart gave us our answer. No, not quite. It has started to go sideways. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the price got hammered down and is now going sideways does not mean for sure this is the bottom and for sure this thing's headed back upwards. My only point here is it's at least reasonable to throw that out there as a suggestion. Case in point, let's just say the price was dropping, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom. You'd be totally justified to say, what are you talking about? Based on what? The price is literally still just dropping. But that's not the case here. It has at least started to go sideways. So on that note, from the support side of things, key level to watch, going to be right there at 0.065. And then in terms of areas of resistance, main battleground, that seems to be presenting some problems, is right up there around 0.075. But yeah, it's more than valid now to think that, okay, maybe this pullback is over. Maybe this thing's going to try to curl back upwards. So if you like these circumstances, you like penny stocks, keep an eye on it. Next one here, BBAI, and this one's a little tricky to talk about because it's all about perspective. If you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there, or you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 20 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you do care about the bigger picture point of view, nice little pattern here has formed, which you've already heard me talk about before. So let me change that to green for support. And then the area of resistance right here. And then to make it the same color, just because I can't help myself. So resistance, support, big move up here, golf hole down here. So yeah, we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So if you like stocks down below that $3, $2 range, right around there, you like bull pennants, that one certainly fits the bill. So let's see if this thing can recover and then eventually get a move back to the upside. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched the previous videos, but if you have, hopefully you remember me talking about that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average, and right here I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I'm patting charts on the back. Charts are a great tool. They do work, because you know that I've talked about that if you've watched past videos, and if you don't believe me, I'm not offended. Just go back and watch one of the past videos, and you'll see me talking about this purple line here on Tesla, and check it out. Not once, but twice, price came down there and bounced beautifully off that level. So for any of you that watched those past videos, took notice of that, and bought some shares, bought some calls, congratulations, you got two nice bounces on the day. So moving forward though, nothing has really changed since the previous videos. Key level of resistance remains up here at 226.50. Key level of near-term support remains, well, as I already talked about, that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, right now valued at 220 and 40. And I should note, though, that even if the price were to break down below that purple line, not the end of the world. The chart is not destroyed, because as I zoom things out here, you can see the chart is still very much so in an upwards trend. But yeah, preferably speaking, what would make this chart look the healthiest and strongest? Certainly if the price can continue to stay above that purple line. Next one, ticker symbol VRAX. And wow, all I can say is check out this last 30 minutes right here. Coming back to life. Nice, solid green candle. And now it's really just a question of, can this momentum, can this candle here build upon itself and continue on with, well, I'm getting a little ahead of myself because let me put this line in play. But you can see right there, it is sitting right at that resistance trend line. So always an exciting question when you can throw out there, okay, is the breakout going to occur? And if it does occur, then the secondary question becomes, is it going to be the start of something even bigger? Because always remember, just because something breaks out doesn't mean it's going to, it's going to keep breaking out. But you can't have any sort of huge, massive move unless something breaks out first. But as of right now, it is right below that key trend line, and that's really as simple as it gets, at least in my opinion. Is grab your popcorn. Is the price going to be able to break above that level? And if so, can it gain more momentum? Because as we learned back here, this thing can move, and it can move very quickly. Does that mean that it's going to move that same way over here? Of course not, no guarantees, but we do have a history, and we have proof that this thing can move, and move, in a very, very robust way, if you will. So yeah, let's see if the price can break up through that resistance trend line or not. Next one here, TQQQ, and like Tesla, not a whole lot to say. I am going to do one thing though, and now that we have a little bit more data, it does seem as though in the very near term right now, the main area of resistance is right there around $72.40, and I am just trying to find a middle ground. You can see right here, price did not quite hit that level, but then right here, the price actually went up above it. So that's where I'm just trying to find middle ground. So 72.40 seems to be, at least as of right now, the newest kind of near term level of resistance. So keep a close eye on that. And then as far as supports are concerned, everything is doing just fine. The price is still holding above 70.20. In fact, I guess it got somewhat close to testing it right there. But then it recovered very nicely from there. And the price is also still above our purple line right there, 50 period moving average. But this is also something to note, because that is a moving average. As you can see right now, that line is in the process of moving up above the green line, and which will continue to happen on Thursday. So at that point, the purple line then becomes priority number one. So preferably speaking, you want to see the price stay above the purple line. But again, if it doesn't, not the end of the world, because you would still have $70.20 down below you. So just one little note there, the purple line will move itself up above there, and then that'll take a higher priority than what it's been over the past couple of days when the purple line has been down here below that level. But all things considered, not an explosive day to day, but nothing can go straight up. So as of now, it's just a healthy consolidation, and we'll see if the momentum can return over the next couple of days. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about the tool, then definitely go get signed up for the free training. It'll be very soon, Thursday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. And it is a genuine live event, and I say that because there will be a question and answer session. So if you have questions, please bring them, and I'd be happy to answer them live for you. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. I am now on the 4-hour time frame. So each of these candlesticks here represents 4 hours and not 30 minutes. And all I can say is, wow, good timing here to be doing the update, because as I speak, check out this 4-hour session right here. Huge move upwards. Now, Bitcoin is open 24/7, and that's why I like to do the 4-hour time frame, because it'll help keep this relevant for as long as possible. But I'm just going to assume you're watching this video 15-20 hours after I upload it. So question number one that you need to ask yourself is, where is the price at relative to that pink line right there? And let's just call it 62,225. If you are answering the question in any way that the price is up above that level, that is a good thing, because that tells you that not only has this movement continued, but it's got enough strength to break above and stay above a very key level. Back here, you can see the price did break above that pink line, but when it came to staying above it, couldn't quite do it. So like I said, in any way, shape, or form, if you're answering the question that the price is above that level, that is a very good thing. How good of a thing? Well, common sense. If the price is right there, again, that's good because it's up above it. If the price is way up here, well, that's even better because, that just shows that the price has continued to break out. So common sense will take you far in that regard. But the key question, like I said, is revolving around that pink line right there. If you're saying, well, Clay, the price is actually still down below that level, then that's totally fine. The only thing I would say not makes Bitcoin fine, which I don't see happening. But if somehow you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is also down below 57,700, that would just be terrible, because that would imply, again, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to answer the question that way, although there's no guarantees. But I mean, if you're answering the question that the price is down below this level right here, I mean, that's implying that this whole candle here has been wiped away all the way down here, and then even that support level has failed. But again, I highly doubt you're answering it in that way. So really, in my opinion, and more so my curiosity, is the price going to be able to break above that pink line and then stay up above it? Like I said, you're going to have a much better idea if you're watching this 15 or 20 hours from now, but no doubt about it, very, very powerful candle there. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to go get signed up for this free training, because what you're learning about can and certainly should be used in the world of Bitcoin and crypto. So like I said, it'll be here very soon, Thursday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do a couple things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, give me your watch list for tomorrow. If you would like for me to do an analysis on one of your positions, just comment below and I'll do my best to get to that in a future video. So thanks for watching, and go get signed up for the free training.